Olmec type thing. So she was always in the Western Hemisphere. You know, there's so much mysteries that not all of us are West African. And this is something, let me give you an example. When I went to Cleveland, Ohio last year, the first of last year, I think it was the first of 2007, there's a brother there that's I've been knowing him for years, a real gifted brother as far as has a lot of knowledge and he does a lot of research. And he asked me did I know about some African Heritage Foundation chartered out of England with all white members. And I said, no, I never heard of it. He said what it was, it's an African Heritage Foundation chartered out of England with all white members. And their thing was to write a history where they to make a continental black person to take away from the global black person. So in so many words, the thing was to focus on Africa, to wipe out that we were a global people. You see what I'm saying? That was all over the globe and everybody else came from that.
Exactly.
So as a result now, this thing works to this day, and some of your Afrocentric concepts and stuff came from these people in Europe. They think that, you know, we all West African and based on a continental type thing. Whereas we finding out now, I mean, we were all over the planet.
Yeah, it was a global type
It's a global type thing. And as a matter of fact, if you go by Pangea, which is one landmass at one time, then it was one landmass and the original people had to be one landmass and one people. And then this particular thing, what happened was they had this thing on the Ovation channel. And they had something about the architecture of the Moors. So they had this guy, he was going around Spain with the architecture of the Moors. And he said the Moors introduced so much into Europe. He said, including the orange. The orange was not indigenous to Europe. The orange was introduced to Europe by the Moors. I'm like, well, hold on. We need to find out one thing. Is that where did they get these oranges from? Is there oranges that grow on the African continent? I know there's some type of tangerine type thing that grew in Asia, but basically we talking about the Americas.
And then they had the thing on the Discovery Channel, if I'm not mistaken. They did some carbon research on the pharaoh's hair and found cocaine.
Yeah, they even found a certain tobacco in Ramesses' stomach. And they was trying to find, they said, well, there is an African tobacco. It's like, no, this is pretty much, when they did the research, this stuff came from the West. So I've learned now, to be honest with you, I'm open enough now to never say that is crazy and that is not historically accurate or that is not scholarly. Because, man, it's just so much stuff that's covered up.
Exactly.
So you just don't. Until basically you just have to keep an open mind. You really have to keep an open mind on certain things. So.